Well, that was an interesting race. I expected East Avenue to go out and get the lead in that one. I did not expect them to completely give him that entire pace. Opening half mile, 46 and 4 for East Avenue. The next horse behind him was the 4, Owen Almighty. It looked like he was a good 4 to 5 lengths off the leader. They gave East Avenue lots of time to burn distance between the other horses. The number 1 was riding in there, River Thames. Number 2 was kind of settled right in there, rendered judgment. Burnham Square didn't break very well. He was all the way to the back there. The other horses, Chancellor McPatrick and Admiral Dennis, kind of hung off of that pace. When it came time to move, it was River Thames that went after him first. They closed the gap, but that's why you can't let a horse get away like that. They weren't really able to catch him. If East Avenue had a little bit more horse, he would have gotten the win. It was the most ever, but a very controversial photo finish to me. I'm going to have to look at it again. They quickly gave it to Burnham Square. It looked like a very close photo to me. East Avenue was second. Third place was River Thames. Irad Ortiz hung in there with the Todd Pletcher horse. You kind of wanted to see him think he would do a little bit more because Pletcher's kind of lacking this year. But River Thames was only able to get third. Fourth place was the Admiral Dennis. Admiral Dennis, the 7. Able to close in there for fourth, but it was an interesting race to say the least, because the way they gave East Avenue that pace was something I wasn't quite expecting to see, I gotta say. They did the 3/4 in 1:11 and 4, but then you see by the time they got to the mile, it was 1:37 and 4. Final time 1:51 and 3/5, if I'm not mistaken on that one. Please correct me if that 1:51 and 3 is not correct. I didn't have that one written down, but not a fast time. These horses do not look as fast as they looked in the lesser prep races. I really expected to see much more now that we're through all these preps, and I did not expect that Rodriguez would come out as the best looking horse going into the Derby. I don't think journalism looks that great. Didn't like the way they ran that race. Didn't like the way this race was run. Certainly not. Not a good race run for River Thames, or I think for Owen Almighty. I don't like the way they tracked the leader, so that led to them running out of the top 2. Burnham Square headed to the Kentucky Derby. There's a lot about Burnham Square that you got to ask questions with him too. First of all, who's even going to be riding? I guess that you're going to figure Brian Hernandez will stick with him since he won the Kentucky Derby last year. But Burnham Square is an up and down horse, and don't know if he's going to be up for the Kentucky Derby. Looks like we're going to be heading into a Derby that's going to be wide up in the air this year. I think the favorite's going to be very off of 3-1. Maybe a 4-1. A lot of people like journalism. I think a lot of people will be betting against him, and I don't think he will be that strong of a favorite at all. So we've got one more race to get points for these other horses that fell short. All these Baffert horses, Pletcher horses falling short, not making it to the Derby. So they've got one more chance in the Lexington, and the Lexington Stakes might be a highly competitive race this year. We'll see. So until next time, there we have it. Burnham Square headed to the Derby. Bluegrass Stakes win in a unusual race, to say the least.